This is a quick overview of the buy or rent model. The intent is to help people with their decision to either rent an apartment or house or buy a house or condo. Many factors go into this decision, which is often the largest financial decision in a person's life. This model is intended to help you think through the financial aspect of the decision. What will be the projected impact on your net worth, and how much money will you actually spend on shelter over the next 5, 10, or 20 years? With that said, this is simply a tool to assist you and depends on your thoughtful inputs. There are four key inputs to pay attention to. These are 1, the purchase price of the house you are looking to buy; 2, the rent you would pay if you didn't buy but decided to rent for the long term; 3, the mortgage rate; and 4, the assumed return on investments. The default mortgage rate in the model is currently set a bit below the current national average. This is because it is generally expected that mortgage rates will come down a bit in the next year or so. But please adjust the mortgage rate up and down to see the impact. The average mortgage rate since the early 1970s is around 7%, but the average for the last 20 years is much less. When interest rates fall, you should always consider refinancing, which could have a large impact on your long term wealth. Lastly, play around with the assumed return on investments. In one of the scenarios, the model assumes that all savings are invested. The default return on investments is set at 9.9% per year based on the long-term total return of the S&P 500. However, if you will simply be keeping saved money in a savings account, you should adjust this down closer to zero to reflect your bank's interest on savings accounts. If you invest but are more risk averse, your assumption should be somewhere between 0 and 9.9%. Lastly, this is meant to aid in the financial aspect of the decision. Many other factors contribute to such an important decision, such as the stability and pride associated with owning a home or the flexibility associated with renting. I hope this model helps.